So I've been avoiding this video for quite a while. I've been struggling with losing my crafting mojo. I've just been not interested. I had a little bit of a hiccup with making my wedding dress, and that just kind of spiraled into losing the desire to craft at all. And it may not sound like a big deal to a lot of people, but hopefully if you're watching this, you craft, and so you can kind of relate. So, it sucks. It sucks. I kind of look around at all the things that I've made, and a lot of it is stuff that I've made for other people, which is great, but a lot of it, I have a lot more things that I've never finished than I do finished things. In fact, I have a little pile of things right in front of me, you can't really see it, of things that I've made. Lifetime makes, I guess I would call it. And it's a very small pile. It's very, very sad. I started crafting about 12 years ago, and I started with cross stitch. Cross stitch was and still is very therapeutic for me. I really like it. Have I ever finished a cross stitch? No, I haven't. But it kind of spiraled. That's what started my love of crafting, and it kind of spiraled into hand embroidery and crocheting and knitting, and then later on sewing and that kind of thing. So I go through waves, and this isn't a wave. This is a dead stop. Dead stop. And it sucks. I don't know. I just wanted to kind of spill my guts and see if anybody can relate. And it's a struggle. So I'm gonna kind of show you just what I've made through the years, just what I was able to collect, and just kind of chit chat for a little bit, and that'll be kind of the video. So I started cross stitching, and then that led into hand embroidery, and then that led into crocheting, and then later knitting, and then later sewing. So I do a big variety of crafts, and maybe that's the problem, that I had a big fail with my wedding dress. I wanted to make my wedding dress so bad, and it just wasn't working. It wasn't working. And I actually made 80% finished, 3 different versions of 3 different wedding dresses, and I didn't like any of them. So I ended up swallowing my pride, just closing the door on the craft room, which is where I am now, and moving on. The wedding was perfect, and my dress was perfect. I just didn't make it. And I didn't realize that would take as big of a toll on me as it has. But it has. But I mean, I loved my dress. It fit perfectly with the wedding that we had, which the video, the very short clipped picture video, is on this channel as well. If you want to check that out. Just a little tidbit. It was a very small wedding, but it was perfect. It was exactly what we wanted. So anyway, that kind of spiraled into me not crafting at all. And then it was easy to not craft and not focus on crafting when then we went on the honeymoon, and then we came back from the honeymoon, and I had planned on not returning to work and finding a better job once we got back, thinking that would be easy. I have a decent education. I have an associate's degree in business. I have vast payroll and human resources experience, and I thought it would be no problem. But turns out that has shifted my focus away from crafting as well, trying to find a job, which also sucks. And that, with getting the house all settled in and being married, and it's just a lot. And I mean, I'm home all day, every day, and it's kind of getting old. And I know my husband's getting a little frustrated. He doesn't say anything, but I know he's getting frustrated. I haven't found a job yet, and that, you know, I'm just not progressing. I'm not crafting, I'm not working, I'm just, what am I doing? I'm cleaning house and making dinner, and you know, for a lot of y'all, that's fine. But you also have children. I don't have children yet. And that's another thing. We are currently trying to conceive. So I think it's just, now that I've said it all out loud, it's kind of a lot. And it's hard to focus on crafting when I have all these other avenues of things that I have to focus on, super important things, and it just, crafting feels frivolous right now, and I hate that because I love it. And I mean, am I not allowed to craft and enjoy my hobbies because I don't have a job? And I mean, it's ridiculous, but it's how I feel. So I think this is the most recent thing, definitely the most recent thing I knitted. I knitted for my now husband on a trip, on a long weekend trip about a year ago, 8 or 9 months ago. And it's too small for him. He has a big fat head, but it looks pretty good on me. So, little knit hat, pretty cute. I have another knit hat that's super oversized and big. I made for him, for my husband, before he was my husband, to wear to work under his helmet under his hard hat. But it's too thick. But he still likes wearing it. But so that's just a nice little knit hat. This is just a simple little crocheted hat I made for myself a million years ago, and I was just super cheap Walmart yarn. My husband just came in the room and he's been listening to the radio trying to win tickets to the Demolition Derby that's tomorrow night in town. So you know you're in a small town when we're excited. Yeah, Demolition Derby. All right. Anyway, I crocheted these little face cloth things, and they work pretty well. And let's see, is that all the knitted stuff? Oh, and then I don't know where the orange one is, but I made an orange pumpkin, a yellow pumpkin. Let me move you a little closer. What are we so afraid of here? Let's get personal. Bah. I'm a little crooked. Okay. A little yellow pumpkin. Hold on. So we won tickets to the Demolition Derby. Ooh. My husband is thrilled. So he called. He just had to call the radio and be the first caller after they played like a crashing sound or whatever. He's thrilled to death. Okay. Oh, pumpkins. I don't know where the orange one is, but I'd made an orange one and a white one, even though it kind of looks like a big marshmallow, and I was going to make like a little, whatever, pumpkin topiary, whatever. I'm crooked. Excuse me. Okay, this is a work in progress kind of thing. It's just kind of, there's no rhyme or reason for it really. I just like the yarn. It's kind of, oh, it looks really pretty on screen. It's kind of camo colored, and I'm doing just like a broken rib kind of thing, just playing around with it. yeah, I mean, I have several not finished things, and okay, so on the hand embroidery note, I did do this a long time ago. Just a cute little kitty cat out of the Sublime Stitching book. And I just did in Halloween colors. So I have that. And sometimes I'll frame her, and sometimes I'll put her in like a little colored hoop and put her on the wall. I kind of do different things with her, just depending on. And then another hand embroidery kind of thing. This came from a magazine, and I did it a million years ago. And it was one of my very first hand embroidery things, and it's actually really good. I like really took my time and stuff, and I even like glued a little bit of ribbon on it. I've never done anything with it. It's just always been folded up. I should really frame it and put it in the kitchen. I wanted to do like a whole series of this kind of thing. Oh, and the other set of the series were spoons. Like spoon and forks. And it was really cute. I don't even know if I still have all that. Anyway, finished that. And this is just like a little bag pouch thing. I almost finished out of this really old fruit fabric. And this is just a little reversible bag. I used to make things for craft shows, and my mother and I did that a lot, and those days are long gone. But I do have a few leftover things that I made, and this is one. It's just a cute little bag. It has like my little label on it, and then it's just reversible. I really like the style of these bags. They were really easy to make. And I liked them, but they didn't sell very well at craft shows. People wanted to use them as actual purses, and they wanted to have like a snap or a zipper or something. And I'm like, that's not really what it's for. It's like a farmer's market bag. And they're like, what? Okay, whatever. So they didn't go over very well at shows. I also got into jewelry making, specifically bead weaving. So I have a lot of makes from that, or partial makes, and I actually, a while back, framed them all. I don't know how well this is going to show up. Oh, it's not too bad. But, oh, you can kind of see me in the reflection though. That's funny. But this is my very first thing. Let me take it out of the frame at least, so it won't be so reflecty. I love bead weaving. I have a huge inventory. I haven't touched it in forever. My mother and I used to do it together, and also something that would not sell at craft shows. But I love it, and you can tell I had a general love affair with purple, with purple stuff when I first started. But this was the very first thing that I did. It's just like a little, what they call a cabochon, and it's got like a felt back to it, and you just, you know, make like a little beaded loop and you put it through a necklace. And then the second thing was this herringbone bracelet with a little skull attachment thing there with hex beads. Oh my gosh, it's fighting me. And then the next thing was this purple, super thick, what we call the caterpillar bracelet, and it's got all these crystals in the middle of it. It's just so pretty. And then I think I made this purple. This is supposed to be a necklace. It's really long and it's just really pretty. Doesn't show up very well. There we go. Crystal beads. And then this is really, really pretty, and unfortunately I cannot recreate it or do anything else with it. If I cover up my face, there we go. Because my cousin gave me the beads for it. But I've made that. And then this one in the middle is an XO bracelet. And it's actually double-sided. So, I've beaded some things. This is actually the only beaded piece of jewelry. Nope. I have one other piece, I'll go grab it, that I actually wear. I don't wear it currently right now in this stage of life because I don't leave the house much. But just a really pretty, see if I can cover up my face and it'll focus. Just a really pretty green, brown caterpillar bracelet. And then, hold on. Okay, so this is one of my very favorite makes. I made this to wear to Scarefest when my now husband and I went 2 years ago. Yeah, whenever Freddy Krueger was there, because we met Robert England. So cool. But it's just I think I used cube necklaces, and it's just this really cool, and I wore like a dark red shirt that's like V-necked. So pretty. And here it is. Very cool. And here's kind of a close-up. Yeah, see how pretty that is? Like coppery colored cubes and stuff. I love it. And then the clasp is this really cool bronzy kind of stuff. I like it. So that's one of my favorite things I've made, and I actually wear it, or I used to. So that's and then my most beloved sewing make is this dress. It's here it is. Actually, I have the pattern thing for it. Hold on. All right. So it is McCall's 7119, and it was so fun. This is the back. It has like a little ruching up here, and here's the front. It's just a wrap dress. I'll try to tilt you down here. Just a simple wrap dress, I mean, with a tie. And like the tie goes around, obviously, and then there's like a hole right here on the side for the tie. And I love it. I've worn it twice, and I have some really good pictures of me wearing it on my Instagram. You want to check that out? And I love it. It's high-low. It's a nice breezy cotton. I didn't have a ton, sorry, so unprofessional. I didn't have a ton of fit issues except in the bust. Because I have a full bust, but it's not up here. So I had to like make extra darts on the side here. Otherwise it was like popped out all crazy. But other than that, it was perfect. There's no zippers, there's no buttons, there's no, I mean, there's interfacing on the band right here, and that's it. It's not lined. It's the easiest thing to make ever, and I loved it, and I made it and worked on it until I was done with it. I loved it. And yeah, so that's what I got. Well, thanks for listening to me ramble, and let me know if you ever struggle with losing your crafty mojo. So I do plan on doing some more videos of just some things I am trying to work on, and so be on the lookout for those. Okay, bye.